Streaming now, this is the Wood TV Live Desk.
And good afternoon, everyone. Phil Penarski here with the Wood TV Live Desk. Hope you're having a great day so far. We are joined by a familiar face today. It's Jacob Palmer with Best Reviews, and he's here to give us some tips and things to keep an eye out for during our Black Friday shopping. We're a couple of days away, so a lot to a little bit of time left to kind of get everything in sort, but it's always good to stay ahead of everything. Jacob, thank you so much for joining us once again. Wanted to check in with you before we get started. I know it's probably been a super busy, super hectic time over at Best Reviews, kind of getting everything sorted away for the shopping spree holiday. What's it been like preparing for something like this?
Well, this year has been incredible, frankly. And I say that for a few different reasons. Number one, the shopping season has started earlier than ever. People sometimes wonder, is it just me, or do the holiday shopping deals roll out earlier and earlier every year? It's not just you. And I want to be very clear on that one thing. And then the other side of it, too, is that it's just been better than years past. At Best Reviews, I've been doing this for a long time. I'm coming up on my 6th holiday season. And so what that means is that this has been kind of a return to normalcy in some great ways. A couple years ago, there were supply chain issues. 3 years ago, we were dealing with everything that was 2020. So, in a lot of different ways, it's been a lot of different things going on. But what we're seeing and what the headline is that there have been a lot of great deals rolled out so far this year, because that's what the shoppers are demanding. People are more motivated by saving this year. It was the same last year, but it's even more so this year. People are very motivated by saving money during their holiday shopping period, and the retailers are stepping up to that, and they're putting some of their highest in demand, highest brand name products out there for deep discounts.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to get into those deals in just a little bit, but kind of, staying a little bit behind the scenes of how everything's going leading up to the holiday. What are the kind of the estimates you guys are seeing, or maybe some of the other organizations are kind of seeing ahead of Black Friday, as far as the amount of deals, the amount of discounts, and really just the amount of money expected to really be spent during the holiday season?
Yeah, it's going to be in your face constantly. The deals are going to be there. And here's the thing, they're going to be real. A lot of the times people ask us, and we get these questions all the time at Best Reviews. We do product testing, and we're always trying to connect people with the best products at the best prices. So when it comes to that last element of how do I find the best prices? They always want to know, are these the best deals? My short answer is going to be from basically now until the end of the day, Monday. The answer is yes, those are going to be the best prices of the year. This is the time, the reason why it's called Black Friday is that for retailers, that was typically the day of the year that they went into the black, meaning that they started to make real money. So, they're going to be trying to compete as much as they can to be able to get your dollars. And how they do that is by rolling down prices. So it is going to be that. The one thing I'll say, Phil, is that they're also moving a lot of their deals online. So in the early run up to Black Friday, especially, we're seeing prices that we're expecting to be the lowest of the year, better than what you're going to be able to see in store on the actual day of Black Friday. And the reason why they're doing that, the reason why they're putting the biggest deals out there earlier in the calendar year, is because they want to be able to execute on fulfillment. They want to make sure that those packages arrive on your doorstep well ahead of the holiday season, and then they also want to make sure that they're not stressing out their own logistical systems. If everybody only shops on Cyber Monday, for example, then that's going to make fulfillment, it's going to make the factory life a lot harder. So they want to be able to draw people up, and I think there's also some motivation in terms of wanting people to spend more, wanting people to extend how often and how much they're spending. But for the most part, I think the really motivating factor there is getting to be able to make sure that those delivery drivers are able to get things to your home. So as opposed to years past where all the way basically till December 23rd, or until you couldn't get the deliveries anymore, you'd see some smattering of deals here and there. We're really viewing Cyber Monday this year as a last call for saving for your holiday shopping list. After that, and listen, I don't blame anybody who's going to wait. I will probably wait myself, despite being totally immersed in this, just because I'm a procrastinator. But, for those people that do procrastinate, you're going to end up paying a penalty on it, because they're going to roll all all of the deals that you're seeing aren't going to exist all the way through and into December. So, and then the one thing you did mention is how much are people expecting to shop? In the data that we've seen from the National Retail Federation, people are expecting to spend around the same or a little bit more. That's about 53%. So it's really a mixed bag. It's hard to say one way or another whether it's going to be a bigger or smaller. Usually it becomes bigger every year, but at the end of the day, people are being really thoughtful about how they're spending their dollars and cents, and that's why saving over the next 4 or 5, 6 days is going to be so crucial.
And it's definitely going to be something that we're going to be keeping an eye out on over the next couple of days. And you did kind of tease to Cyber Monday a bit. I do want to remind everybody, and we'll of course touch on it a little bit later, but Jacob will actually be back on Monday to give us a little bit more of an insight into that. But sticking with Black Friday, Jacob, and just some of the things that the stores are offering in store and some online. I mean, are there any specific items you guys are really keeping an eye out for, or particular deals, particular businesses that are really offering a lot that people should kind of start paying attention to as we approach Black Friday?
That's a great question. And I think it's important to be thinking about those kinds of questions right now because of what I was just saying about how the deals are getting pulled earlier and earlier forward on the calendar. So there's a few straightforward answers. Right now, there's big discounts on one generation prior Apple products. And this is always a big holiday seller because people don't want to pay for the newest, shiniest, brightest thing when they can get a slightly, more one that's been on the market for a little bit longer. So right now what we're seeing is a big deal on the 9th generation iPad that's coming in at around $250 on Amazon right now. That's a very interesting one to us because it fits that mold of what makes a great holiday present. When you think about what people want over the holidays, it's those name brand items that they don't feel great about spending on themselves, and Apple always fits that bill. And then when you want to save on Apple, you can always do that. You can always go one generation prior and find some great deals. And at the end of the day, you're getting a lot of the same technology, so you're not really missing out on much by enacting this strategy. So that's one that's really at the top of our list right now. We've also seen some really big deals on Dyson products. Now, Dyson's a lot like Apple in terms of it being one of the biggest brand names, one of the highest ticket items that people would love to have their eyes on, but don't love the idea of spending the full price for. So that's another one that we're seeing on the V12 Detect Slim. That's a really high-end vacuum that people love. The reason people love it is that it's got this laser at the bottom that can see the dust in front of you. So for those, perfectionists out there, the people that love to have the cleanest of the clean homes, that's a great product for them. So that's another interesting one that we're keeping our eye on. And then lastly, in terms of things that are worth looking at, especially before we get to Black Friday, before we get to Cyber Monday, you want to check out the toys. Every year there's toys that just seem to outperform the rest. They become the biggest talking point at the water cooler. They become the thing that everybody wants because the kid wants it. And what the kid wants, whether the parents understand it or not, it's going to be one of those things that you need to take an eye out for. So what we're seeing right now are deals on Bitsies, which is kind of the holiday toy this year. And so that's another one that you might want to jump on because with toys, there's more scarcity than in other categories. When it comes to that one item, there tends to be more scarcity. And then finally, one final item, I could probably keep going, but one final item that's going to be great now, it's going to be great Black Friday, and it'll probably be great on Cyber Monday too, are those high-end TVs that people love. We've been seeing hundreds and hundreds of dollars off of the highest end Samsung TVs, whether you're more into the frame TV for the aesthetic or into the OLED TV, which has the best technology behind it. We've been seeing some really interesting deals behind those as well.
Mm-hmm. And one quick note on the toys, I can tell you as a former child myself, waking up and not finding that toy you really wanted to can start to spark, and I've heard it from a couple of friends who have kids as well, that is a point of contention there in the family, so you do want to make sure that you do jump ahead of it and you are ahead of it to ensure that you can make those holiday wishes kind of come true. Jacob, kind of wrapping up now, there's a lot that goes into this. You yourself have said on the conversation a little bit earlier that you've been fully immersed in this for the past couple of years, and specifically leading up into this one, you've been doing your research. Best Reviews has been putting out a lot of great content that you can find right now on our website, woodtv.com. But just keeping it basic, I mean, are there any major tips you want to give to people ahead of Black Friday, whether they're starting to shop now, starting to look at things that they know that this is what they're going to want, whether it's a luxury item, something that they generally just want ahead of the holiday season, something to just plan out ahead. Any tips you want to give out to people?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's building on my advice so far. Know what you want. If you haven't gotten your loved one's list yet, get that today. Do that now, because knowing what you want is going to make it so much easier. And then, if you see a deal 30% off, if you see something that's within range of what you're willing to spend, it's not always the best gamble to wait for Black Friday or Cyber Monday. And because at the end of the day, there is scarcity, and especially around those certain items. And then, I would also say sign up and check out places like bestreviews.com. We do have a great widget on your homepage at the bottom there where we're collecting all of this work. Our editors are working around the clock. And so the point is, it can feel like a lot. It can feel like a wave and a wave of deals all coming at you at once. And it's hard to tell if you go directly to the retailer, what is best? What do I want? If you don't have that kind of determined yourself. So if you're looking for ideas, or if you're looking to have that curated experience of knowing that you're going to be getting a great product at that best price, definitely check out that content on Wood's website, as well as you can check out bestreviews.com. Our entire website at this point is all Black Friday focused.
Definitely, and we do appreciate the plug there. And yeah, no, you can find all of Best Reviews, top picks, things to keep an eye out for, discounts, everything really surrounding the holiday shopping. It really has already kind of gotten started, and it will really start to amplify over the next couple of days. Again, quick reminder that Jacob will actually be back on the live desk on Monday afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern time. He's going to be talking about all of these Cyber Monday focused deals, and also maybe even touching on what we kind of have been noticing over the course of over the weekend and Black Friday and all that good stuff. Jacob, it was so good to see you again, and we can't wait to talk to you again on Monday.
Thanks for having me, Phil. And my kid is too young to get upset about anything, doesn't really understand the concept yet, but I do appreciate the advice earlier.
Right. Hey, I'm just trying to help out. All right, and I want to thank everybody else for tuning into this latest edition of the Wood TV Live Desk. I'm Phil Pinarski, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.